Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to take a look at the Poco F7. Now, you can pick this one up online. I'll throw the link up in the description. The price on this one. Y'all ready for this? The early bird price starts at $339. I repeat, $339. Now, let me say this. For under $350, you would be hard-pressed to find a better deal. All right, so let's get right into this. First things first, shout out to White Shoes, back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
White shoes.
I love.
Calm down. Okay. Look, she actually calmed down. The Poco F7. Now, y'all already seen me review the Poco F7 Ultra. If you didn't see that video, I'll leave a link for that right there. This phone right here, under $350, this is an absolute beast. Let's unbox it, and then we'll go through the specs. Okay, let's grab a little unboxing knife. West Side Story. Here we go. Okay. Now, of course, the classic Poco black and yellow theme. Okay, now this is the black color. Okay. Inside, let's see what you get. Now, this is going to be your SIM ejection tool. Got your usual books and shit. And check this out. You get a case. Okay, now, the theme of this video is $339. Nice little case. Nothing too fancy, but, you know, a case nevertheless. This is going to be your device. You get your, let's see, this is going to be USB-A to USB Type-C charging cable. And you get the charger in the box. Now, this is a 90-watt fast charging brick in the box. Let's all say it together. Samsung, Google, Apple, nothing, Motorola, sometimes Vivo, sometimes Xiaomi, sometimes Honor, Sony, fucking Sony. The charger in the box. And here's the actual device. Now, let me peel this off. And in my opinion, okay, in my humble opinion, this is the best looking Poco phone yet. The build quality on this is absolutely stunning. Okay, look at the two-tone back. Now, this is real glass. Okay, we'll go through the specs in a minute. But look at this. Look at that shine. This is sick. Okay, this is sick. Now, let's move this to the side for a minute because we got another color. Okay, so let's grab the West Side Story one more time. Hold up. Check this one out. Now, this is going to be the white version. Okay. Same presentation. Let's see what this one looks like. Okay. Now, I'm going to peel the sticker off back here for the dramatic effect. Look at the white. Now, check this out. The white versus the black. Now, both of them have kind of a two-tone look to it. Beautiful. But as Billy Mays would say, but wait, there's more. I got to show y'all one more. Now, this is my favorite one, and I would argue that this might be one of the best-looking phones that I used this year. It comes in silver. Now, this is the one that I've been using every day for the last week. Look at the silver. First of all, look at that shine on the back. You can see this one has a little transparent design on the top. You see the little Snapdragon logo. Okay, 50 megapixel camera. This is so sick. You see the green lines right there? Bro, do y'all see the silver? This is insane. Okay, so you got black, silver, and white. Now, let's go through the specs. Now, like I said, comes in these three colors, black, silver, and white. Now, I got to wipe this down because I need this one to be glistening. Look at that. Whoo! Look at that. Which one y'all like best? Leave it in the comments. For the display, you got a 6.8-inch, let me say that one more time, a 6.83-inch AMOLED panel with a resolution of 1280 by 2772. Now, that's 447 for the PPI Patrol. You got HDR10 Plus, Dolby Vision, up to 3200 nits brightness, and a 120 hertz refresh rate. Now the phone is IP68, dust and water resistant. You got Gorilla Glass 7i on the front for protection. You got an aluminum frame and glass on the back. For the processor, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8S Generation 4 with the Adreno 825 GPU. Now what does that mean in English? That's mid-range specs, bro. Mid-range specs. Now you got 12 gigs of RAM, 256 or 512 gigs of storage, no micro SD card slot for expandable memory. Slot. I love the slots. Now, it's running Android 15 with HyperOS 2 skin on top. Slots. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. You got a 6,500 milliamp battery that features 90 watt fast charge. Now, for the cameras, on the rear, you got a dual setup. So you got a 50 megapixel wide angle and an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. Now you can shoot 4K video at 60 frames per second. On the front, you got a 20 megapixel wide angle lens and you can shoot 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now you got dual stereo speakers, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, NFC, Android Auto, face unlock, on-screen fingerprint sensor, you got an IR blaster, and you got second space, also known as thought protection. All of that for $339. Now look, y'all know I'm kind of petty. There's always going to be some things that I don't like, so let's get that out the way right now. First of all, no Quad HD display. Now keep in mind, this is under $350. Who cares? Next, now here's my real gripes. As a matter of fact, let me get my petty gripes out the way first. No Quad HD display, no headphone jack, that's just whack, hashtag bars, and no expandable memory. Now, there's two more things that I don't like, and these are not deal breakers for me, but for the price, it is what it is. No always on display. Now, check this out. You have what we like to call a sometimes on display. You see, it's on right now, but it's going to turn off, okay? It won't stay on all of the time. Now, is that a big deal for you? I don't know. But for me, I can't sleep with a watch on. Okay, and my schedule is kind of crazy. I like taking all of these power naps. I'll take a nap for 7 minutes. I want to just look over and see what time it is on my phone. So always on displays for me are crucial. But for you, it might not be a big deal. And lastly, no wireless charge. That's another thing for me that is crucial. You know, and it's kind of a deal breaker for me. Like any phone that I'm going to main has to have wireless charge. But when you put it into perspective, $350, under $350, this right here, this is the total package, okay? This is the total package of a mid-range phone. Now, for me, when I say mid-range phones mean anywhere between $400 and $700. This is actually less than $400. So for me, I would say anything under $400 is kind of a budget phone. But this is kind of a lower end mid-range phone. Lower end mid-range phone. The easiest way to describe this phone, simple. This is a Xiaomi 15 Pro or the Xiaomi 15S Pro, slightly watered down. But when you use it, when you use it in the real world, these phones feel the same. They feel the same. Shout out to HyperOS. These phones feel the same. Other than the bells and whistles, wireless charge, always on display, high-end cameras. This is the next best thing, okay? This is the next best thing. All right, so let me pause the video, delete my browsing history, and then we'll walk through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, y'all, so we back in. First, let's talk about the build quality. And like I said earlier, to me, this is my favorite looking Poco phone to date. Look at that two-tone finish on the back. You're going to get that on all three colors, but with the silver. Okay, if you get the silver, you get that transparent design with the little Snapdragon logo, limited edition. Okay, a little red triangle. This is fire. Not to mention, I told y'all already, I hate curved displays. This is one of those phones that's completely flat. Like this phone will stand up straight just like this by itself. Okay, oh, did I get it? Let me see if I can get it. I thought I had it just now. Let me see. Look at that. This phone, well, look at shoes. Don't do it, shoes. Look at that. I got it. This is what I like to see. All right, this is what I like to see. Completely flat display. Let's get one more wipe down. Completely flat display, and not to mention, y'all know Poco, Xiaomi. Okay, my favorite always on display icons. the actual app icons. On one side, nice and clean. On the other side, you got your power button, volume rocker. On the top, nice and clean, because guess what? The IR blaster's in the back. Now, when I did my Xiaomi 15S Pro video, I told you how much I love having the IR blaster in the back instead of the top. So when I'm trolling people with my IR blaster, I don't have to be holding it like this. I pretend like I'm using a phone and turn the TVs off in the gym right in the middle of the game, for my trolling purposes. You know what I'm saying? This is perfect, okay? On the bottom, USB Type-C charging slot. There's your SIM tray, and there's your speaker grill. On the top, other speaker grill in the headset, front-facing camera, dual camera setup on the rear, LED flash. Now, I will say this. It's kind of a fingerprint magnet if you get the silver one, so you're going to have one of these on deck, but it's kind of worth it. All right, it's kind of worth it. Look how fire this looks, though. And it's not like a complete mirror. If you notice, you see, like, I'm trying to look at myself in the mirror. It kind of has, like, this hue to it. You see, so it's not completely mirrorish, but very shiny, very shiny. Now, another thing that I love about Xiaomi/Poco phones, biometrics. Best biometrics in the game. Now, if you want to, you can swipe up, put in your pattern and your PIN. Next, you got your on-screen fingerprint sensor, which works just as fast as any Xiaomi phone. Look at this, watch this. Bang. Okay, none of that press and hold stuff. No, you could just hit it real quick. Bang. And it works every single time. Bang. And of course, you got face unlock. Let's get 3 in a row. Okay, 1, 2. Now let me not look at it. Let me look over. Bang. 3 in a row. Excellent biometrics. Now keep in mind, this is the global version. So when you swipe over, there's your Google homepage. Okay, Xiaomi 15S Pro. Okay, look at that. 120 hertz refresh rate. Look at shoes over there. 120 hertz refresh rate. Everything on this phone is buttery smooth. Now, when you swipe down, here's all your quick toggles. If you hit edit, you got everything else. Okay, you got your remote control toggle, you got screen share, screen record, all of the toggles on deck. No need to go through all of those again. Let's go to settings. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the settings. I just want to talk about some key things, such as VPNs, private DNS, NFC, screencast, link to Windows, quick share, and of course, Android Auto. Now, if you go down a little bit, let's go to hit now. Oh, matter of fact, I forgot one more thing that I don't like, and I'll show you right now. Let's go to the display. Let me just show y'all one more thing. 120 hertz refresh rate. You got your AI image engine. All of that's fine and dandy. But when you go to, let's go to lock screen. Okay, nothing to really see there. We got to go to customization. Let's go to personalization. Now, this is one of the things that I don't like. No super wallpapers. Okay, and if you go to always on display, this is what I mean. No always on display. So you could tap for 10 seconds. Okay, you got smart when someone's looking at the screen, and that's it. There should be a third option that says stay on always with HyperOS. Now, I noticed on budget / mid-range HyperOS phones, you never have a completely functional always on display. They always make it like this. And I don't know why, but no completely always on display. Now, you do have all your different always on display themes, but no super wallpapers. Okay, so if you go to wallpapers, you see you got online, editors picks, new, and system. A Xiaomi / Poco phone without super wallpapers, it just feels wrong. It feels criminal. And on a side note, I'm trying to concentrate, but look at white shoes, man. It's hard to concentrate when you got that cute face just staring right at you. I just want to boop that nose. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, I'm sorry. All right, so anything else we need to see here? You got face unlock, fingerprint sensor. Okay, you got Bluetooth unlock. Battery. Now, this is a big, giant battery. Now, look at, I've been using this one all day. 6,500 milliamps, silicone carbon, 90-watt fast charge. No wireless charge. But this battery is going to last you all day easily. Easily. Okay, additional settings. Now, like I said, you got accessibility, hearing, vision, physical, okay, if you're physically impaired or mentally challenged, or let me say that correctly. Why did I say mentally challenged? If you're mentally or physically, what do I usually say? If you're hearing or visually, all right, I don't know where that came from. If you're hearing or visually impaired. Now, if you're mentally impaired, you know, this will work for you too. You got Google Circular Search. Okay, it does work, you see. Bang. I choose not. Why did I boop that nose? Why did I do it? Okay, and of course, you got your floating windows. and second space, also known as thought protection. Now, real quick, let's just look at the camera. Oh, look at that shot. This actually has a really good camera for a phone that's $339, bro. Pretty dope. All right, let me see. Was there anything else with the settings that we need to talk about? I don't think so. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go to About Phone real quick. Yeah, this is the 16. Oh, okay. This one is 16 gigs. Now, that's kind of crazy because according to Poco and the spec sheets, oh, you know what? This is the limited edition. Okay, so only the silver comes in 16 gigs. The black and the white, they only come with 12 gigs. 12 gigs of RAM, either 256 or 512 of storage. The silver one, okay, this is the one you want right here, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage. I'm glad I checked that out. Okay, this is why sometimes you got to go through the specs. Snapdragon 8S Generation 4, Android 15. Now, somebody asked me, do these phones get updates? Yes. How many updates? I don't know, but they definitely get updates because I just got one on my Xiaomi phone last week. Okay, so let's see. That's pretty much it for the settings. Now let's see right now, Android 15. All of my Android 15 widgets. Look how smooth this runs. I love this big flat display. The build quality, I gotta say it, feels so good in the hands. Ladies, you know the procedures. Okay, this phone just feels good. Okay, this is the feel-good phone of the summer. Let's check the web browser. Now look, I gotta keep it real with y'all. What time is it? It's 7:53. Now, if you live in the USA, you know we're going through a heat wave right now. I couldn't sleep at all last night. I've been tossing and turning. So I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, you know what? Let me just go to the gym. So when I go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, I get this boost of early energy. I'm going to crash at like 1, 2 o'clock p.m. But like right now, I got this boost of goofy energy. So you're going to hear a lot of corny jokes and I might be doing a lot of giggling, but it is what it is, man. That's the pre-workouts and the post-workouts. All right, let's check the web browsing speeds. Go to apple.com. I'll just be giving y'all way too much information, but you know, we all friends here. You know, we need to talk about these things. All right, okay. Now this is the full website. Of course. Now let's see. Look at all of the apps I had running. I haven't closed anything yet. We could do some floating windows. Okay. Now I can move this around, put it to the side, open up Facebook. Look at my cousin. All right. Bong. And then go back to this Apple right here. Or we could close that. Now that we got Facebook open, let's do a little split screen multitasking. And we'll do Google on the bottom. So there's Facebook and Apple. Okay. Excellent web browsing speeds. All right, so now let's try out the dual stereo speakers. Of course, I got the official Flossy Carter sound test by my homeboy Mark Rebier. Here we go.
Yo, sound test. Time for sound test. Everybody shut your mouth. Time for sound test. Time to test that quality of sound test. How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound now? How's it sound now? Does it sound big? Does it sound loud?
How's the bass, baby? How's the treble on it? How's it sound now? How's it sound now?
That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. Sound test. That's a sound test, baby. That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. How's the sound on that shit? God damn it, holla.
Let's cover up the bottom. This is just the top. A little disappointed with the speakers.
Sound white shoes. How's the sound on it?
But $350, I really can't complain. Nice amount of bass, but they could be louder.
That's the sound, baby. That's the sound test.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Rebier. Like I said, you know, the speakers could be a little bit louder, you know, but for $350, I ain't really going to complain. All right, so now let's take a look at this beautiful 6.83-inch AMOLED display. And this is one of the highlights of this phone. Let's go full screen. Basically bezel-less. Excellent viewing angles. 3200 nits brightness. And under $350. This is how it's gonna look when you're watching the videos. Just like that. Beautiful. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so now let's do a little gaming. And on the side note, if you swipe over, here's your game suite. So we got it on gaming mode. We can put it in wild boost. For performance mode, let's enhance the visuals. We'll make it a little bit brighter. Enhance your touch controls. Your network speed boost. And of course, you got screenshot, screen record, different settings, voice changer, timer, and all of your apps. All right, so now let's try a little Asphalt Legends. Here we go. Snapdragon 8S, Generation 4. Look at this. Nice and smooth. Woo! Okay, they're really racing today. Let me get busy. I'm taking the top ramp this time. Woo! Look at that! Right through the front, right through the window. Let's go. Woo! That was kind of dope. That was kind of dope. Oh, look, I got him. And we're going to win with style. There it is. All right, let me turn this down. If y'all see the way Shoes was looking at me like, bro, get out of here. This is level 1. But anyway, you see it for yourself. Gaming on your Poco F7. No issues at all. And remember, under 350 bucks. All right, so now let's talk about the camera. Now let's go through the different shooting modes. You got pro mode, change your white balance, your shutter speed, your ISO. You got video. You could do wide angle all the way up to 6x zoom. You got HDR 10 plus and 1080p 60 frames per second. Or we can also do 4K at 60 frames per second. Now for your regular photos, you got wide angle all the way up to 10x zoom. You got portrait mode with 2 different focal lengths. Get a picture of Shoes sleeping right there. Look how that's going to look. Okay, real nice. And you got documents. Okay, so basic camera setup. And the camera's actually pretty decent. Let me get one more. Hey, Shoes, all right. Let me not interrupt Shoes too much. Let me get a matter of fact, let's get a close-up of those white shoes. Now look at that. This is beautiful. But don't take my word for it. Take a look at these test pictures and videos for yourself. All right, so now let's talk about another one of my favorite features, the IR Blaster. Now, as you can see, I already got my Sony TV set up, but I always got to say this, it's not just for TVs. Okay, you can set up your cable box, your air conditioner, your robot vacuum, your projector, your DVD player, your RGB lights. Anything that uses a remote control, you can pair it up to your phone and use your phone as a universal remote. Now, let me show you how I use mine upstairs in the office. All right, so I'm sitting up in the office. I just finished working. Now I want to turn off all of my TVs using one phone. Okay, so let's start off with the Samsung TVs. Just like that. Another one. Just like that. Now we'll switch over to LG TV. Press the button. Just like that. And now let's switch over to Sony TV. Press the button. Just like that. The IR Blaster is so clutch for me. This is a major go. Now let's do the RDA test. Regular daily activities. Now you just spent $350 on a brand new phone. Let's see how it works in the real world. First, let's check the charging animation. Plug that in. Okay, nice vibrant animation. I like that. Let's go ahead and unplug this. Now keep in mind, no wireless charge. Okay, it is what it is. But you don't have to charge it up every night. You got 90-watt fast charge. It's going to charge from 0 to 100% in around 38 minutes. Okay, so this is a shit shower and shave phone. So when I wake up, no always on display, but I can just tap it and I'll see the time, date, battery percentage, and all my notifications. And then when I pick it up and look at it, let's get the face unlock. Bang, there it is. Okay, but of course, the fingerprint sensor is much faster. First thing I like to do, check the weather. Now, like I said, we're in the middle of a heat wave. It says 82 right now, but bro, it's going up to 95. Some people saying 100. It is crazy. We got 2 more days left, and then Thursday, back to normal. Okay, so I got to sweat it out for 2 days. Next, let's refresh Google and see what's going down. Okay, this is where I get all my news from. We got the Xiaomi Buds 5 Pro. Okay, but here's where here's why I don't like them that much. Now, I reviewed those already. I actually like them. OnePlus Pad 3, pretty dope. I don't like that LCD display, though. Okay, so we got the new nothing phones coming. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I kind of know the secret about them, but I can't spill the beans. But hey, it is what it is. New nothing phones. Okay, what's this? Lenovo Legion Go. Okay, now they got the Go 2 coming out in September, I believe. Okay, so that's going to be dope. LeBron James had the big boy Richard Mille on. I seen him. Now we got the Rogue ROG Ally X. But the Xbox version, the thing about this one that I like is look how the controllers look. Look how the handheld controller actually looks like a controller instead of just a big square. That is a great design. Okay, let's see anything else we need to see here. Nothing much. Let's look at Cyclops. Oh man, Cyclops out here. Okay, Galaxy Edge. All right, nothing really new here. Galaxy Z Fold 7. I think it's everybody get ready. Now I'm gonna live stream it again, but I don't like live streaming in the morning, but we're gonna have to make it work. That's gonna be July 9th. July 9th, I believe, for the Galaxy event. Okay, now look, you see, I'm about to order one of these, the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I actually ordered one already. For some reason, GameStop canceled my order. Let's see, so gotta order another one. All right, so anyway, so this is how it's going to look. Oh, now I got these in the mail, the Bowers and Wilkins. Okay, we're going to do these this week. All right, so that's it. Matter of fact, let's see. Now say we want to try something. Let's try this right. Let's see if this actually works. We'll do the Google Circular Search. Let's see what this is. Okay. Right at Target, $84. Okay, and this is how it's going to look. Okay, so that's how you get your shopping done. All right, so let's exit out of that. Next, let's do a little work. So we'll click it over to Gmail. We'll do a what's good. Okay, go ahead and send that. Now let me see something real quick. You see now, this is another thing that I don't like. You see, when I kept switching back and forth with the, second space. Now I gotta resize my widgets again. That's another thing. That's one of the downsides to buying mid-range phones. Look at this. I got to resize all my widgets. You know, it's not supposed to be like this. When you switch that second space, it's supposed to be an automatic switch. Okay, I hate the way the widgets look like this. You know, my YouTube music. My YouTube. All right, you know, you get the idea, though. All right, so let's listen to a little music. What we got? Prodigy today? Got a little Prodigy on deck. Okay, play some music. Search a YouTube video. Okay, let's do Flossy Carter Sony vlog, you know. Let's check the picture in picture. Okay, there's your picture in picture. Okay, that works. Exit out of that. Now, part of this test, when I do RDA tests, you know, I understand that this part of the video is kind of long, but this is important. This is important, and this is stuff that you need to see, because if I want to, I can just keep doing quick edits. It's gonna look like this phone is a beast. You need to see these little bits of lag. You need to see these little hiccups and stutters. You need to know that if you use your thought protection, it's gonna take a little second to switch. All right, these are things that you need to see. Your girl want to check your phone? Here you go. Let me look at his Instagram. Oh, okay. He ain't even on Instagram like that. Cool. Give me back my phone. Yep. Hit the thumbprint. Bang. You see, now we back in. Now let's see. Do I have to resize again? Okay, the widgets. You see that? You see a little stutters here and there. I gotta resize these again, though. You know, I got OCD. I can't even look at my phone like this. I'm sorry, y'all, but bear with me. All right, there it is. Everything back to normal. Okay. All right, so now let's get back to it. Where was we? Let's go to Facebook. Okay, here's how your Facebook's going to look. Now, this is the kind of stuff you're going to be doing during the day. You're going to be scrolling through Facebook, checking all your friends, checking all the Benzes.
I just got the brand new Radio Air 3.
Okay, now I got some of these on the way too. We got the new Bose speaker coming this week. We got the JBL Party Box 520 coming this week. Just come back to my channel every day. All right, every day. If you want to see some new shit, come to my channel every day. Now look, I don't know what Jim Jones been smoking lately, even though he's on a generational publicity tour right now, but I'm having Jim Jones overload right now. I'm tired of seeing Jim Jones. And then now when he's talking about he's more influential than Nas, bro. You know, I get it. You know, you got to get the publicity and all that. Now, this is from my my birthday party. But on the 5th, what's today's date? Today is the 24th. All right, this was on Saturday. This was Saturday. And, you know, everybody came out to my party. You know what I mean? We doing it big. All right, let's see. All right, okay. Keep it moving. All right, now this looks delicious. All right, so anyway, so here's how you face. Oh, okay, now look. I got to show y'all something. Matter of fact, I got these right here. I got these sitting right behind me. The Skull Candy Plier Crusher headphones, the gaming headphones. Bro, now that the cat's out of the bag, I can actually talk about these. These are a game changer. You don't even have to wait for my video. Just go out and buy these right now. Trust me. Don't even wait for my video. Buy these immediately. Let's see, anything else we need to see here? All right. Got my man Big Smooth right here. I'm not even clicking the video this time. All right, anyway, so here's how your Facebook is going to look. Exit out of that. Next, let's take it over to X. See what's going down on X. All right, let's take it over to the mentions. All right, let's see. Swag tab. Apple. Okay. Look. Let me explain something to y'all. I want to show y'all something real quick. Because for some reason, people be acting like I'm not really into this tech game like that. Bro, let me show you something. If whatever's new is out, everybody's like, oh, iOS 26. Bro, I've been had that, man. Like that. Come on, man. Y'all got to put some respect on my name, man. Please, yo. Somebody, yo, Floss, you heard of the new Bose speaker? Yo, you heard of the new JBL speaker? If you heard of it, I heard of it. Okay, if you heard of it, chances are I already got 2 of them in my house. Okay, stop playing with my name, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Now, but the iOS 26, it's actually cool. I like this little, I like the glassy look now. You know, there's some different stuff, like with the camera. See different, you know, it's a little bit of different stuff, but, you know, it looks better than it did before. Why not? Let's see what we got here. Okay, the Soundcore speaker. That speaker was actually pretty dope. Let's see, family show. As Flossy would say. Family show. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Anything? Let's see. Nintendo. Let's see. Hey, Nintendo. Game key cards suck. They sure do. Now look. When I was playing the Nintendo Switch, Bro, when I went out and bought that Street Fighter cartridge, I thought I was buying the damn cartridge. What's the sense of me going all the way to GameStop and buying this shit if I had to come home and download the whole game? I could have just did that from the beginning. Like, they got me with that one, yo. This is the Xi Jinping, what does it say? This is the Xi Jinping exclusive, bitch. Did I say that? Did I say that in the video?
Exclusive, bitch.
Oh, I did.
Now, let's wipe this one. And then I just put it on the table like this.
I don't remember. I do be saying some stuff. I didn't even remember saying that. It is what it is. Let's see. Uncle Floss, including benchmark tests after all of these years. Look, I only did a benchmark test because this was supposed to be a new processor. Y'all know I don't care about benchmark testing, but it is what it is, yeah. It is what it is, yeah. I appreciate y'all for noticing, though. I appreciate y'all for noticing. Oh, now look at this. What do you think about the iPhone 17 Pro Max design? Bro, I need that red. I need that red, that burgundish color. Now, of course, since I like it, it ain't gonna come out like that. But look, somebody said, "Oh, look at this, Flossy. This is Flossy. This ain't me. That's Flossy." All right, let's see. Now I'll get back to all of this stuff. I'll get back to all of these replies later. Now let's exit out of that. Next, let's take it over to TikTok. I'll lower the volume on this a little bit. All right, let's see what's going down on TikTok. Let's see. Trump is unhappy with Iran and Israel. Now, they broke the ceasefire. Now, look, we haven't talked in the last couple of days. The last time I spoke to y'all, remember I said, look, I don't know if they're going to drop that Moab, that mother of all bombs. They turned around and dropped the Moab Deluxe. All right, they got the Moab, the Moab Plus, and the Moab Ultra. They dropped the Moab Ultra. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So, but hey, it looked like it ain't really escalating too tough like that. But hey, they got a little ceasefire, but the ceasefire's over so far. That's what I heard. All right, let's see. We got the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Look, anybody that got a Galaxy Z Fold 6 Special Edition, you already know what to expect. It's going to be the Special Edition, but a little bit thinner. Okay, sorry to say that, but it's going to be the Z Fold 6 Special Edition, a little bit thinner. And I'm going to like it. Okay, because the outer display is bigger, I'm going to like it. All right, let's see. You see, that's what I'm saying. Look at Jim Jones, man. Jim Jones. Don't get me wrong, I like Jim Jones, but I'm when you see somebody on your timeline way too much, like I'm getting Jim Jones overload right now. Okay, who's seen that? Y'all see these ballistic missiles, bro? Craziness, man. I would hate to have to wake up every morning and run to some shelters there. Like, we got it made over here. All right, look, I told y'all, let's see, I think this is July 9th. Was I right? Let's see. I believe it's July 9th. Oh, look, join us July 9th. You see, that's what I'm saying. People be acting like I don't, look, July 9th. People be acting like I don't stay in tune with the tech world, man. I'm involved. All right? Anything going down in the tech game, I'm involved. I want in. A nickel bag gets sold in the park, I want in. Who knows what movie that's from? Anybody who knows what movie that's from, leave it in the comments, okay? A nickel bag gets sold in the park, I want in. Okay? Any Galaxy device comes out, I want in. Let's see, Galaxy Z Flip 7. Now, look, they got a Z Flip 7 and another Z Flip coming out. Now, one of them is going to look like the Motorola Razr, and I think they had a bunch of those old displays left, and they coming out with like a peasant version. All right, just shout out to Samsung, man. I ain't mad at them for doing that, but hey, it is what it is. Everybody else is doing it. Why not? AI videos out of control right now. What is this? Okay, what is this? Now, this right here, man. Samsung. Samsung need to come out with something like this. Just a limited edition, maybe only a couple of thousand pieces. Test the waters out. All right, stop playing it. Stop playing it so safe. Oh, we got a little squabble going on right now. Little squabble going on right now in the middle. Now, me, I'm the type of person, if I'm driving and I see two animals squabbling up like this, I'm doing the same thing. I'm pulling over and I'm watching you. I'm watching and I'm hyping it up. I'm like, you gonna let him say that to you? You gonna let him say, bro? Nah, bro, you better get yours back. I'm a hype man, yo. That's how I do, yo. All right, anyway, let's keep it moving. Shout out to my man SGA. I'm glad they beat Indiana because Indiana beat us. So I did not want Indiana to win. Let's see. Anything else we need to see? Okay, Z Fold 7. That ain't it. That definitely ain't it. It ain't gonna be thick like that. That joint is mad. Look how thick that is. Come on, bro. All right, let's see. Gaza before. Let's see what Gaza looked like now. This is Gaza before. Let's see what it looked like now. Right now, looking nice and You know, oh, whoa, ooh, craziness, yeah, craziness. You know, you gotta what? You know, you gotta count your blessings, yeah. iPhone 17 Pro, peach. Oh, okay. Now look, this is gonna be my last TikTok post. Okay, let's see. Peach, violet, purple, brown, and blue. And gray. Now look, and green. Now we all know that Apple's coming out with none of these colors. This would be too dope, but they're not gonna come out with none of it. They're gonna come out with white, black, gray, and maybe one blue that's gonna look like some stupid ass blue shit. It ain't gonna some corny shit like this. It's definitely not gonna be the ones we want. It ain't gonna be this peach. You can forget about that. All right, so that's how your TikTok is gonna look. And at any moment you see, I got all of these apps open. The phone is still running pretty smooth. Let's go ahead and close everything out. We'll do one more. Let's take it over to Instagram. All right, look, there's a heat wave in New York City. I just told y'all that, right? There's a heat wave in New York City. Look at this. You could cook eggs outside. You could literally cook eggs outside in a pan. Now, I'm down here sweating. I can't put my air conditioner on while I'm shooting videos, so I'm back here boiling. Trump is not happy. This is picture right here, yo. They did Donnie dirty with that picture right there. All right, okay, but I'm gonna catch up with the news later. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he's talking about. Let's see. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. What? I know he didn't say that. Hold up. I know he didn't say that.
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
I know he didn't say that.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that.
Did he say that, though?
You know, we basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard.
I'm sorry, y'all.
They don't know what the they're doing.
What?
You understand that?
What? Bro. What? Bro. You know, look, man, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I am an independent, okay? I'm an independent thinker. I like some aspects of the Republican Party, Second Amendment. Let me keep my burner. You know, I like some parts of the Democratic Party. You know, all-inclusiveness. But love him or hate him, okay? Love him or hate him, Donald Trump he's one of the supreme gangsters right now. Bro, Donald Trump he is a straight up, he's a savage, bro. But look, man, you know, sometimes this is what you need, man. Sometimes sometimes you need this is what needs to be said sometimes, man. Bro, yo, shout out to Uncle Don, yo. He is outside right now, bro. Donald Trump is outside. I follow this page right here when I'm trying to get in shape. Cause this dude right here, you know, he don't even have the fanciest equipment and all of that, but he'll show you how to do some real exercises though, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker look like an action figure. You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, did y'all hit? Yo, Donald Trump is outside wilding. I respect it, though. I respect it. Yeah, Donald Trump, he said they dropped a load, yo. Pause. They dropped a load, giggity. All right, let's see. Okay, all right, Calvin. That was for Calvin. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Okay, he popped the confetti, but it got in somebody's food, yo. Oh, I would be tight. Now you go to the baby shower. You sitting in the side, busting down some fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens. You got a big glass of, Kool-Aid on the side. You know, you doing black people shit. And then here they come with this, yeah. Here they come with that fucking confetti. Nah, bro. You're gonna have to give me a new plate, bro. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right. So anyway, so this is how your Instagram is going to look. Well, wow. I got to go watch the news, bro. I got to go have a beer and watch the news. This is, okay. This is kind of crazy. All right, so anyway, so here's how your Instagram is going to look now. Side note, man, look, one of these days, I'm going to sit down here, I'm going to have a couple of drinks, and I'm going to bring out a big iPad, and we're just going to just go on social media and just talk about shit all day, because this is the kind of video, I wish I could just have a whole channel of doing this, because this is what I really like to do. I like to talk to y'all about shit and laugh and have fun, but hey, man, they ain't going to pay me for that shit. All right, let's see, we got Tyson Fury. Who's this? Okay. He says the biggest cheater in boxing. And anyway, so here's how your Instagram is going to look. Again, exit out of that. Hold up. Yo, bro, I got to watch that again, though. All right, anyway, so that's Instagram. Basically, let's see, everything does work, YouTube. Okay, if I want to play some music, my YouTube music, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to my like music. You see the kind of stuff I'll be listening to, Mob Deep, keep that Mob Deep on rotation. You know what I mean? Exit out of that. Let's kind of wrap this video up. Now, look, I wanted y'all to see if you spend $350. Now, I could sit here for the next 2-3 hours straight, just going on Facebook, doing all my stuff, going to Amazon, doing shopping, doing all my stuff. The phone is not lagging. It's not heating up. You see the camera's decent. You got great battery life. Okay, the speakers are decent. The build quality is probably my favorite thing about this phone in the display. But again, overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give the Poco F7 a major go. And at under $350, as Bob Barker would say, the price is right. You can't really complain about all of my little nitpicks and all of that because you're not paying this kind of money. Now, this one right here, I paid $900 for. Okay, $900. Of course, it was a better phone, but if all you're going to be doing is the shit that you seen me doing just now, if this is all you're going to be doing all day long, if you're going to be like this all day long in the bathroom at work, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to drop $900 on the phone nowadays. You want to play a little video games, a little asphalt racing, you want to check your Ring camera, little Facebook, go to your Gmails, do a little work. Everything that you could do from everything that you do on any phone. Look how fast the web page is open. This is a great device, okay? Let me give you some free advice. Don't put yourself in the hole. All right, don't put yourself in financial debt, financial ruins, trying to get something like this if you don't need it. Everybody don't need this. Okay, everybody don't need this. Sometimes it's better to get something like this. Take that extra money. All right, take that extra money that you're going to save. Invest it in something else. Invest it in your business. Take your wife out to dinner. Spend it on your kids. Do something else and save some money and get something like this. This is not 2013, 2012. Where if you had a $300, $400 phone, you had a mid-range to budget phone, it was almost unusable. Like it was just, it was a Walmart phone. This is 2025, bro. If 2025, if you buy this phone for $350, you're going to get the same level of satisfaction that you're going to get from this phone. Okay, you're not going to have the wireless charge and the always on display and the super wallpapers and all of that, but $350. This one right here, I recommend going with the silver. Now, when I first seen this, you see those green lights in the back? I thought those were RGB lights. I was extra hype, but not RGB lights, just a green trim. You find that same green trim on all three colors. Anyway, I'm talking too much. All right. Let me wrap this up. Anyway, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about these. And if anybody wants to buy any of these, I'm not going to keep these. I'll sell them to y'all for a great price. Just send me an email. Don't send me a DM. Send me an email if you want to buy one of these phones or you want to buy any one of my other phones. Okay? It's your boy Floss. I'm out. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Boxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know. Stream gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah. Special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat. Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. Hashtag salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes, pitch and roll. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces.
Enterprise, Spot here.
Spot one to beam up.
Affirmative, Captain. Enterprise out.
Energized.
Hey guys, Jerry Springer here. Subscribe to Flossy Carter for the real reviews. He has a tech channel on YouTube, and he already has over 2 million subscribers, so give him a look. You may like it, and it could be very useful. Take care of yourself and each other.